or I'm gonna look to you and Chief Giles and either Mike or his designee to give us any issues, or as presented here looks good, or
Councilman McPhee, just I don't know the full intent of this. If your intent is to look at these for a motion to reconsider, that is
no motions made.
Well, there can't be anyway. But if that's the direction, I would just remind us that is inappropriate and not allowed. Under Robert's Rules of Order, a motion to reconsider can only be made by a person on the prevailing side, and that motion has to be made the day the motion was passed.
Has anybody had that come to them as something to reconsider?
Well, I'm just bringing it out. So if there's a question.
I haven't heard that yet. I think we all decided last week we wanted to see these before they were signed.
I think the purpose of this is to try to determine what other ordinances have to be changed to be able to go with this. Because there's a number of ordinances that is tied to this, that goes different direction than what we outlined.
Okay. I'm not sure if you've had anyone bring that to you, then we'll strike that out right now. So, okay.
So to go along with that, last meeting we passed it. We were going to have legal counsel review these to see if there were any conflicts, make any adjustments necessary. Did you find any conflicts in here, make any adjustments, or are these identical to what was presented to us tonight that we voted on this?
You will not be here that night. Larry indicated he did make the changes that were penciled out there before. So a good chair from that.
Okay.
Did we make any changes that night to 1623 as it was presented to us?
We just changed the language in the title from ordinance to resolution, and that's reflected on this new one. But that's the only change I have in my notes.
Okay. Scott, do you have any concerns about the passage of 1623 creating a cascading effect in any other parts of our code?
The short answer is no, but until the fire district and the building department sat down and went through it, they know better, and they probably ought to take a look at it and see what if they see some problem there. Now, I've met with both sides, and nobody said, oh, this is a great big problem here. I can't predict the future on where it may go. But I don't see anything that raises a big concern for me.
Okay. Mike, did you have any concerns about the passage of this creating a negative impact?
I've looked through it. I did meet with the building department. We started some of the process in the county side to make sure that all the parties were included in the way the ordinance describes through the development process, and I haven't encountered any particular roadblocks in that at this point. So we can be able to enforce it.
Thank you. Chief Giles?
Good.
Okay. I have a question for the council on this, if you recall the discussion. I asked a question in the meeting about, on page 2, under duties of fire district, 1.4, water flow. Okay, what is the understanding of the council of what we agreed to? And does the fire district, are they responsible for water flow at the level of the subdivision, of the development, or is it per structure?
My understanding was for structure.
Based on this agreement here, I think the whole intent was to have the job descriptions clarified that fire was over subdivisions, that building would be enforcing the housing of the structure. That was my intention. Sure, we thought otherwise.
Well, fire flow is still fire. Well, International Fire Code.
Well, it says here under duties, the Wasatch County Fire Protection Special Service District shall inspect and review all subdivision and lot inspections for defensible space, landscape plans, roads, water flow, and road grade. So it sounds like both.
I think the intent was to the fire to regulate the fire flow in the subdivision. And then inspect the landscape plans on each lot to make sure they match the standard.
And that there's enough water to the lot within the subdivision.
Well, I mean, check the fire hydrants if they don't meet
Well,
yeah, well,
Councilman, good, I think that's a good point to bring up and clarify so we understand it. Because I'm still confused. So maybe there would be a line that might add to that, or how do you suggest clarifying that, Councilman?
Well, I'd like, I voted against the ordinance, or the resolution.
For that reason, right?
For that reason, because it was not clear. And so, and I asked the question specifically, the building department thought it was at the subdivision level, or he said for a structure. The fire chief said for a structure. So to me, there was an inherent conflict and it wasn't understood. And even in my voting, I understood it that it wasn't cleared up. So my question to the council, I guess, is what's your pleasure? Do you want to go in and put some more specification in there, or do you think it's good as it is?
What does the International Fire Code say?
As far as it relates
I'm not an
to
expert in the fire code and won't pretend to be. That's what you have people.
the actual patent code, subdivision and individual lot.
Okay? I guess that would be, I would defer to the fire code.
but under this ordinance, then would be the building department.
No, it says, it says the fire on both subdivision and law.
And if they're doing structures, would apply the International Fire Code to the building. They both would use the fire code, I assume.
And so I guess that's where I've been all along, is if it's a fire code issue, it's our fire official.
So we've heard from the chief on that. Maybe we can hear from our department on that as well, so they're going to understand it. What do you want to comment on that?
My understanding, of course, is different than the fire department's, but I thought that once a subdivision is approved, then the fire flow in that subdivision would have already been looked at and reviewed, and we would just issue the permit. There would be no need that, if the subdivision still has fire protection, fire hydrants in it, why do we need to go back and re-review whether it has fire protection?
I guess it comes back to the procedure that Kendall was talking about, or Councilman Crittenden was talking about earlier, is that I was not a vote on the prevailing side, so I couldn't bring this back up for a revote or reconsideration. There's no explanation. It would have to be one of the four who voted in the affirmative. If you want to bring it up for reconsideration.
It would have been done that time. That's the second rule.
Okay. Well, part of that, though, is that if we make a mistake on an ordinance, or we see 6 months down the road that we've created a problem, then we have to be able to readdress it.
We do a new ordinance.
Anybody would. Is that what you would do with a new one?
I would think to tweak what needed changed. Is that right, Scott?
Yeah, you do an amendment to the ordinance, which is an ordinance.
Okay.
Amended.
All right, thank you.
are you sure it's going to be done in that meeting? Scott, you know, because there can always be new information brought up, but for this is done.
So it becomes just a question of procedure of whether you're saying going back and re-voting on that or changing
Yeah,
the
but
vote.
I agree with
And I don't,
Kendall, it's got to be something that voted in the formative for the action to ask for a re-vote. But I don't know if it has to be right within that same meeting.
I think that's what the Robert's rules say, but I don't have a copy of the.
There's not a motion to reconsider has the following unique characteristics. One, it can be made only by a member who voted with the prevailing side. And then number two, the motion is subject to time limits. In a session of 1 day, which a council meeting is, a motion to reconsider can be made only on the same day the vote to be reconsidered is taken.
So then it would need to be a new ordinance or a
Amendment, the same thing as the new ordinance.
Well, we're not trying to change the ordinance here, but is it worth it for us to ask the prevailing side how that should be added there or not?
Well, that's just it. The prevailing side likes it the way it is, then that's the way it is. I don't,
Let me just make a comment.
unless someone wants
It
to.
might clarify just a little bit, hopefully, at least in my mind it does. On first page down at the bottom, it says duties of building department. Wasatch County Building Department shall conduct all construction inspections, including fire, sprinkler inspections on R3 structures. That's talking about the structures. Then you go to page 2, duties of the fire department. Wasatch County Fire Protection Special Service District will inspect and review all subdivision and lot inspections for, water flow. It doesn't state that water flow would be for the structure, because that's addressed back on page 1. So I think legal got it right the first time that way. Now, right or wrong, that was voted on and passed.
Yeah, as it sits right now, I'm set to sign this tonight, so just the way it is.
So, but let me say one last thing, is, we can work it for several months and see how it works, and if there's some issues, bring it back and tweak it if we need to. But I think it clarified it pretty good on both pages 1 and 2. Does that make sense?
Yep, no, thanks for the...
So you don't think that the lot inspection needs to be stricken from the fire? Because to me, it has them both doing it currently.
The lot inspection is the property, whereas the structure would be addressed on page 1.
No, that would be each lot, the fire flow to each lot, correct?
They do inspect the lot as far as dispensable space.
We're talking about fire flow. Because it's additional, there's defensible space, landscape, road, water flow, and grade.
There would be some fire flow requirements with the wildland.
So,
That's item number 2 on that, under duties.
Yeah, we're under number 1 on water flow, and it goes right back to what Councilman Good said his conflict was. Currently, they would do the structure, the fire district would do the lot.
I think what the discussion was when we voted on it. Seems like council has that, but go ahead.
So we went back, I have written down in the second reading of this ordinance that on water flow, out of hydrant was supposed to have been added. We went back in the minutes during the recording and verified that.
And where would you add that? To page 2, number 1?
On under water flow, it was supposed to say water flow out of hydrant
Okay.
is what I've written. That was added in the second reading.
Which the second reading on this was on the 18th, right?
No, the third reading was on it.
Yeah, it was.
So the second reading was on the first then? Or the, yeah.
That would clarify just
So
about
we
anything.
go back into the minutes and the recording and see
Well, that still to me clarifies it's not the structure.
That would clarify it right up.
It's not the structure, it's the, out in the division, or subdivision.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll move on.
Before we implement this, I think it was the plan to have the urban interface map redone. Because that's where the problem is, that some of the map is not correct, as it stands now.
Had that discussion as well, and we agreed that that needs to be updated.
Yeah, and I think that maybe ought to be done before we implement.
Yeah, I think it says that the district will enforce the urban interface maps, so I'm guessing that they,
But it was the intent to redo the map.
were they,
Well, we need to be able to work with the fire department at this point. So, we would like to have them on board doing their part. And, the maps, we have a map now, so if the map...
But I think the map is a lot of the problems we got now.
Well, but we want, the building department and the fire department won't be able to do that. It looks like it's the county manager and the council
Right.
working with us. So you guys will make the decision.
But I think the basis for this resolution was that we'd redo the map and then follow this.
Who is the...
I do recall that we were going to...
I recall having several discussions.
Okay, who wrote this resolution? Who is the author? Which council member brought this up? Was this your Steve?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so Steve will know the intent.
The intent was to redo the map.
in the committee meetings, there were an extensive discussion about the map, correct, guys?
Yeah.
I left early. I know Councilman Peterson had to leave early, but I know there was extensive discussion about the map.
Correct.
I just know that as departments, we've got people applying right now, and it's pretty hard to wait for them map when we have the map. I understand the map needs to be changed.
Can we put it as a priority to update the map in the next month, 6 weeks, whatever we need to?
But I think this can be implemented the way it is.
We need to implement this, we've already approved it.
Yeah, I think we need to implement it, and then when the map changes, we'll go with what the new map is.
Okay, so my question for this, Greg, or Chairman, is do we change that one section under duties of Fire District 1-4 from water flow to water flow out of hydrant?
If we can find it in the minutes.
I don't think we
Did
can
you say it
change
wasn't in
that.
the minutes?
Like you said, these guys have to.
We haven't passed the notes on this yet, so we could,
So we can defer this until we approve the minutes of this?
Well, it's up to the, isn't it up to the affirmative voters, or is it up to all of us?
No, I guess I will not read
It was in the minutes. That's just a clerical error.
And we can make that, if it's in the minutes, can it be added in as a clerical error?
You know, part of the problem is it was in the minutes from June, council's back. It wasn't, if it was scribbled on the night you passed it, but it's hard to say, well, this is what we passed, but we meant this to be there. Because,
Well, that's kind of why we're doing what we're doing, is because there's a lot of scribbling.
Yeah,
You know, there really was, and so we
That
went.
wasn't scribbled on this one. We weren't doing scribbling on this.
No, but we're going through and making sure, so.
Okay.
Why don't we, so as it comes back for one where we ratifying, wasn't this one, it was a different one.
17-1's the one that needs ratified the wording.
So how we do that, Scott? If we want to change that, how do we ratify, is it a ratification?
for this,
Yeah, for a clerical error, if we've already passed it?
you know, an ordinance and a resolution are very different. A resolution's pretty easy to say, we're making this change of that.
It does help to clarify.
Voting on the clarification. I don't think that's.
Okay, and this is a resolution,
More
so,
process.
okay. All right, so I'm good to sign that one tonight, correct? Everybody agree? Or maybe you don't agree, but that's how we voted and that's where it is? Okay. Okay, we'll move on.